start with the Power BI. So, so in this today's
Yeah.
session, we will drive you through a short presentation and a short live screenplay of a Power BI existing Power BI dashboard. The motto is to give you a fair idea or a high level idea on how the Power BI tools looks like, what would be the outcome of the Power BI, and what would be the byproduct or what would be the outcome of this session, so that what all topics will be covered. You should have a basic idea on that. Okay. And whatever the questions you have on related to the training and your expectations of the Power BI, we will try to address those. Screen is visible to you, Ali?
Yes.
Okay. So in the session, the agenda of this session is to give you this, background on the following topics, like what is Power BI, the deeper understanding of the objects or the products of the Power BI, like Power BI service, Power BI desktop, Power BI mobile, and embedded. Creating and publishing a Power BI dashboard, my workspace and groups, roles of Power BI organization, roles of a Power BI developer in the organizations, flow from the discovery of the data till deployment of the Power BI dashboard, and what all the questions and answer you have, we will try to address those. So Power BI is basically a business intelligence tool. When I say business intelligence, what is business intelligence? Business intelligence is something, intelligence is knowledge, and business is profit making. Now, these tools is used to facilitate effective business intelligence. So that's why it is called as a business intelligence tools. Now, how these tools will facilitate you to take a effective business decisions? So here Power BI will give you various type of graphical and interactive objects, graphical and interactive KPIs, through which your data can be accumulated to abstract level, to from abstract level to granular level reports, through which you can analyze those data, take quicker decision, and apply that knowledge in your organizations. So in this way, Power BI is going to help us. So Power BI is a free self-service business intelligence tool that will help the non-technical business user. When I say non-technical business intelligence user, for analyzing the visualizing and sharing the data, why non-technical user? Because technical user can do everything, but this is enough to facilitate the user who have a least knowledge on technology, who has least knowledge on a programming. Okay, so that's why we are using this BI tools. Otherwise we could have do the standard reportings in Java, .NET, PHP and all. They are also providing the libraries to create the charts. But why this type of BI tool? Why are we investing a lot in this BI tool? Because without dealing with any programming, we can rapidly develop high level interactive visualizations and graphics and enterprise level reports. That's what the benefit of using the Power BI is in organizations. It also connect to hundreds of data sources and simplify the data preparation and drive ad hoc analysis. Now, when I say ad hoc analysis, what do we mean by ad hoc analysis? Suppose some reports which has been already been defined and you are creating a query to create a report, that is a standard report. But when I say ad hoc report, user will be provided a screen where we will have 10-20 numbers of filters and a KPI listed in the right side. Maybe that is in a tabular format with some standard visualizations. Now, ad hoc report means you can be able to do your thing by applying the where clauses or by applying the filters from the screen. So you don't need to write a lot of scriptings to customize your scenario. So based on a different scenario, you can produce your scenario, and based on a multiple filtration, you can generate your reports. So that's what the ad hoc report is. Easy to take decision and quicker scenario oriented reports you can generate. and the list of the data sources which is supported by Power BI is there in this link. I will just share this presentation. You can take a look on this. Starting from the data SQL Server to MSS to Oracle DB to Oracle IBM DB to HP Vertica, MongoDB, every database you know that's supported by Power BI. Produce beautiful reports and then publish them for your organization to consume on the web and across the mobile device. So you can build up a report in a Power BI desktop which you need to install. When you need to share this report to n number of users or client across globe or your stakeholders, in that case you have to deploy it to a central server called a Power BI service. Power BI provides two different type of servers. You may choose Power BI Enterprise, which needs installation in your local machine. You may choose Power BI Service, which is a cloud-based storage or cloud-based service, where you can deploy your dashboard. You can schedule a refresh of your dashboard. You can provide authentication and authorizations to certain users to access to your dashboard. That all features can be available in a Power BI server. Also, through Power BI mobile app, you can get it from the iOS or Android. The app name is Power BI Mobile. You can download it. Through that, you can connect to your Power BI server, and you can get your Power BI app to the mobile app and take the decisions. So it has a three interfaces basically: web interface, desktop interface, and mobile interface. Here is the architecture of Power BI. In the left side, as you can see here, we have a different type of data sources. One I can have is Azure source. This is a cloud-based storage. Other cloud storage like Google Analytics, SAP HANA, Salesforce, Amazon Web Services. Those are the type of cloud computing services. Through them, you can get data. You can also have Excel file in a local system as well as from a Google Drive, OneDrive. You can get it. On-premises flat files, Excel, CSV, Notepad, XML, HTML, all those files can be picked up as a data source. On-premises data sources, SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, DB2, HP Vertica, MongoDB, whatever all database you know, that can be set a source of a Power BI, and of course SharePoint also. So all this type of this in the left side, all three sections are data sources can be availed by Power BI as an input. Now you have to do the data cleansing and data transformations by getting the data from these sources. This yellow line indicates that you have to take this data as input, and yellow line is going to the Power BI desktop. So your activity is starting from Power BI desktop, right? You have to connect to Power BI desktop, make a data transformations, and build a beautiful visualizations over here. Right after that, you have to host this application. Where you have to host this application, you can see this yellow line is going to this server interface. So this is Power BI Cloud Services. This is a server. In the Power BI server, you have to share a database, you have to share the reports, you have to share the dashboards. All three inputs from your desktop will be sent to the server, and it will be available to end users in form of a different visualization platforms. These are the end user on the right side: Power BI mobile, okay, Power BI iPhone and Android phone apps, Power BI mobile, Power BI Windows. If someone is using Power BI desktop, then they can also connect to server and get your dashboard downloaded. And this is Power BI browser, in the browser, Power BI dashboard in the browser. So they can also be able to see the Power BI dashboard in the browser, and also Power BI iPad app. So four terminals through which the Power BI dashboards can be visualized: mobile phone or Android phone, or iPhone, Windows, Power BI Windows desktop. If someone is having Power BI desktop, download the Power BI dashboard by connecting to Power BI server by using their credential through tablet and through browser. So this is pretty much about your Power BI server architecture. From the database side, I have a four type of databases. One is cloud, another is flat files, on premises or local flat files, on premises data sources, and right in the right side we have SQL Server analysis services. Since you are a MSBI developer, you know how to create a SSAS cubes. So those cubes can also be, as you see this icon as a cube can also be act as input source of Power BI for a visualization. You have knowledge on how to create cubes, right, in MSBI?
Yes.
Yeah. So these sources can be connected as a data source, and this icon, the refresh icon, makes sense that this scenario of data loading can be automated through automated data loading process through personal gateway. This is what we call as a gateway. Gateway is an engine which will be installed in your on-premises to send the data from your local machine to Power BI server, and then Power BI server will refresh your dashboard so that you can visualize your latest data in the server. Okay, so this is pretty much about Power BI architecture. If you have any questions, you can raise it, else we will move on to the next slide.
No, I don't have any question.
Okay, fine. Now there are three different perspective of data in the organization, and management want this data to be presented in this way. Maybe reporting, maybe analytics, maybe performance management. So past, what happened in data was represented in form of reactive reportings, common among most companies. That was very common in Excel sheet and all. What is happening now? KPIs and CPM concept, streaming of the data analysis, those will be used now. Currently we are using. And what is the future of this analytics? Predict the data based on the trends and external data. So we have to do multiple type of analysis like predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, and what if analysis. Predictive analytics is, suppose you have a trend of business in 5 years, you want to foresee your business growth in next 1 year or 2 year. So that can be also visible through this. So this is a prediction or forecasting. And what if analysis means you will have multiple parameters. You can select it if your VAT, if your GST is increasing or decreasing up to this extent, then what will be your output. That type of analytics can be done through Power BI. That's a future, and it has a long demand in the upcoming days. So coming to Power BI interfaces, we have a desktop. This is a installable component. It is available freely for everyone for training. This is Power BI desktop, how it looks like. I will drive through this desktop as well. This is how the Power BI standard dashboards looks like. Power BI, this is also called as a Power BI service. So where we have to This is a web-based interface, and it is basically a cloud-based service. You have to host it to Power BI service, and it can be available, share across web, mobile, and embedded within your application. Now, what is embedded means Power BI dashboard can be embedded. It will have a API kind of thing, which can be embedded in a browser to show your analytics. Any third-party application, in any third-party application, you can integrate this as a embedded API. And this is Power BI mobile. It has only role to visualize it and visualize the data in a local environment. You can just download your dashboard from the Power BI server by connecting to Power BI server, and you can use the functionality in your mobile. So of course in the mobile it will have a different interactiveness, and it has more animations, more features like swipe left, swipe right. All those features are there inbuilt in the mobile app, which is not available in the server. Power BI embedded will generate the HTML code for any Power BI dashboard or for any Power BI individual KPI. That embedded code can be integrated in your website, in any of your static website also, and you can get the flavor of those KPI in a other third-party application. So these are 4 different outcome of Power BI. Okay. Roles of a Power BI developer in the organization. There are different type of roles are available. Data layer like DBA, IT administrators. So these 2 professionals, DBA and IT administrators, will be dealing with the various type of data, and they will make a connection. I'll give you access to you know um, fetch the data, because as a developer you may not have access to SAP, you may not have access to other layers. They will facilitate. Semantic layer means here data modeling and BI architects will work. BI developer will not work. They will get the data from the multiple sources. They will club it. They will cleanse it. They will make a data modeling in the semantic layer. And freshers or developers who mostly into analytics, they'll be using as a Power BI designer, power user, and consumer. So based on the roles, you will be starting your job as a Power BI designer and developer, then architect and data modeler, and then administrator and DBA coming into picture, who will be dealing with the data. This is the role of the Power BI professionals in the organization. Flow from discovery to deployment. You have discovered the data. You have to discover the data. The first question will come like, what are the data and how the data are interacted and represented in your system. So you have to first ask your business team to get the data in form of a database credential. They can also give the data dictionary. They can also give the ER diagram, so that you will have a better understanding on how to connect the data and how the tables are correlated. Those understanding you have to keep. And then designing, you have to design the dimensional model, and the data has to be interrelated with this. And finally one single data source or one single schema will be generated, which will be used which will be used as a uh, input of your visualization. Am I audible, Ali?
Yes, yes.
And develop the data model within Power BI desktop. Then finally, after designing, you have to start with the development. In the development, you have to connect to that data model to this developer tool to design the various type of UI. And finally, deployment. You have to deploy it to the Power BI service. So these are the basically flow. I will just drive you through this Power BI application. So as you can see how beautiful it is, the dashboards is basically, it has multiple data sources I have connected here. I have three different interfaces. I have this is UI or reporting interface. One is one what we can say, this is as a data manager where all the tables are listed, and here you can create any calculated fields, any DAX scriptings, and then this is the data model, the tables which has been used in to create the these reports. This has been visualized in form of a graphical interface. Okay, so that you can have a better understanding that which table is correlated with which other table based on which field. When I'm hovering it, you can see the relationship customer to customer. It is employee to employee ID. It is based on two relationship. It is customer ID, and this is how it works. Now this data, I have taken it from the different sources. Some tables are from Excel, some are from SQL Server and all. And based on the selections, I am able to filter the data here in this. So based on the multiple customers, I'm choosing one customer. See, customer name is Ati Fashion, and Ati Fashion is over here. And very quickly it is showing the quantity, and it has also threshold coloring based on this. I have the data which is more than 40 is I have given a threshold that it would be gaining, and below 40 is continuous progress, and below 20 is you know less as per the expectation. That's why you have some graphical interface to segregate the data, right? Here also I'm able to segregate it, and here unit price, whatever the unit price is more as per my defined threshold, that is green, and other are orange and red. Accordingly, other filters are working, and these are the KPI which shows the standard statistics on various calculations. These I have used conditional calculation by using the DAX script. Have you ever heard about DAX? Have you used on DAX earlier?
No.
So DAX is basically dimension access script in Power BI. It is the major area where Power BI developer need to have a thorough understanding. This, by using the script, we can deal with various type of scenarios. I mean, lot of scenarios I may have, lot of conditions I may have. By applying those conditions, my data will be filtered. My data, my KPI will be listed. So that's why I've given multiple thresholds. Some label like 1 to 4, 1 to 3 probably I have given. It would be red. 3 to 5 it would be yellow, and 5 to more than 10 it will be green. So when you see this figures, it would be difficult for us to analyze in a single color, right? If you want to segregate, but I'm giving a different color, and based on which I can take a quicker decision. This will help me a lot to take a easy decisions. My eye will go to a particular color. These are the different type of analytics which we have generated here, like bar charts with discrete coloring, multi-dimensional bar chart. Here month are there, and again against the month we have weeks. Each week wise colors I can represent, and I can see the segregation of the data across the week. And this is a multi-dimensional line chart. Here we have customer as well as the products, as a customer as well as the month, which month has say higher sales in which particular customer. And this is single line, this is multi-dimensional line chart. This is a comparative analysis. Here this is a comparative analysis. I do have a count number of orders and stocks, so analysis with two different parameters is there here. So this type of standard and advanced, this is a waterfall model, you can say waterfall chart, which shows the sequence of the activity starting from this to this. This is a what we can say funnel chart analysis. Core cards, what we call as, this is what we call as the scatter plot, where thousands of dimension can be represented in a single instant. On pie chart, and geographical analysis, which made our life easy to locate the locations. See, country wise, this type of chart is not possible in MSBI or ClickView and all. So Power BI is taken, given a benefit in this area for a geographical analysis. And this is a Gantt chart, which represents out of lowest to highest sales, what is the sales for a particular month. Say I'll choose a particular month, then your sales will be vary. See, so these graphics are varying as well.